Come estate sale shopping with me today as I search for vintage and timeless pieces for our home. I'll take you along for the hunt and then I'll share everything I found at the end. I hope you'll stick around. I love estate sales and I encourage you, if you've never gone to an estate sale, find one and go because they are so much fun. The houses are usually fabulous and you can find some really good treasures. Now, this art was really pretty to me. I have nowhere for it to go, but if you are on the hunt for beautiful art at a good price, check out estate sales because they usually have some really good art. Now, I wasn't seeing very much at this house at first. It was just regular stuff that you could just pick up anywhere. And then I spotted this lamp. It was absolutely beautiful, but it was a little bit steep for me for $45 for the size of it. But it is a fabulous vintage piece that would look great in a kitchen. I don't think this tray was very old, but I love the detail of it and the color, and I think that it's absolutely beautiful. This pair of lamps was a good price at $200. This ginger jar lamp was a great price and it was absolutely beautiful, but not the right color for my space. But if I did get it, I would change out the lamp shade and it would look beautiful in a space with that color. They had a lot of Halloween things in this room and then things that I just wasn't drawn to. Did have some brass candlesticks with globes, and these lampshades were beautiful. They were $100 for the pair, but I really had nowhere for them to go. And then they had some books. They had these angels that sit on shelves if you like that type of thing. They were a good price for these. Some books. This is a cute room. It's got a mural painted on the wall. That mirror is nice. Let's see. 190. Not bad for that. It's pretty. I love needlepoint pillows. They are very English cottage, Ralph Lauren, and perfect for a collected home. And I also like to look at the walls. They have lots of mirrors in this home for sale. So perfect for that English cottage look. Painting. So pretty. It is $85, $80. Pretty for a coastal home. Such a cute lamp. 32. Look at this old dress. Christening hat and dress, $55. That's so pretty. So old. $8.50 for the set. If you want that English cottage look, equestrian is the way to go. These bookends were absolutely beautiful. They were $100 for the pair, and I think that's a good price because these were vintage. and also vintage books. So if you want that English cottage look, check out estate sales, buy the equestrian, the vintage books, and you are well on your way to creating a collected home.
Picture frames. We always go through the picture frames.
I almost always find vintage linens at an estate sale. I like to look at them, but I hardly ever buy them. So I would like to know, if you buy vintage linens like this, what do you do with them? Leave me a comment and let me know.
Pretty shelf pictures.
I loved the sunroom in this house. It reminded me a whole lot of ours. But back here in this room, they just had a bunch of random things just set out on tables. So it was a good place to just look and dig and just find all of the treasures. Now, one thing I did love was this brown stoneware. I would love to have a complete set of this, not necessarily to use, but to display in a cabinet because I think that it is so beautiful. It's very vintage and would be the perfect color for a home. I didn't really find a whole lot on this table, but it was fun to look. Always check out the nooks and crannies in the houses. This was a pantry and it had lots of cool things in it. This vintage rolling pin was a good find, and a lot of people collect these and add them to crocks and add them to their kitchen. I think that that is a beautiful look, very European. This stainless steel colander was a good find. I already have two of these. If I did not have one, I would have picked it up because they just don't make them like this anymore. And then they had all these boxes of utensils. Now, they did want to sell them the whole box, but I didn't need all of this. But they usually have some really fun things that you can add to your kitchen for parties, serving your food, things that you don't really think about that you can pick up at an estate sale. But I didn't really find anything in these boxes. But over here on this side, they wanted $10 for the whole box, which there was things in there I didn't need. But I did spot this scoop. This is such a fun find, and I have looked for one of these, and I wanted to know if they sold it separately. They did, so you'll have to stay tuned to see if I brought it home. And then this ice bucket with the ducks on it. That was beautiful. And if I'd had a use for it, I would have brought it home. But I think that it's beautiful decor in an English cottage style home. Now to share what came home with me from the estate sale. It's not a big haul, but it is surely a fun haul. So let me start with the first thing was the scoop. And this was in a box full of other kitchen utensils, but I didn't need all of those, and this was the only thing that I really wanted to bring home. So they gave it to me for $3, and I'm going to use this out in the garden. I'm going to put it in our container with our potting soil and scoop it out with this. That way it makes things a little bit more organized, a little bit neater, and beautiful. So this came home with me, and I'll share in a future video about how I store the potting soil and use the scoop in our gardening. So if you've been around our channel for a minute, you know how much I love our vintage books. And so I picked up this. This is a Christian praise book, so it's just full of hymns. And I have several of these, but I'm not sure that I have one in red. And so I wanted to add this one to our collection. It's very worn and beautiful, and it'll look great on our built-ins with our other vintage books. And plus, you could use this for Christmas, Valentine's Day, July 4th, just year round in vignettes to use it as a riser or just for decorations. Or you could use the pages for crafts, all kinds of things. But you can see that it's a little bit ripped here, which I think adds to the character and beauty of these old books. And so this will be displayed probably on our built-ins with our other red books or wherever I can find a place for it in our home. And last but not least, I did pick up this beautiful needlepoint pillow. It's got chocolate brown cream and a beautiful green color in it. I just could not leave this behind. I think it was $5. It has a velvet backing on it and it does open. It's a zipper, so you can open it, wash it, clean it. And I do plan to change out the insert. I like the goose down inserts to make it look a little bit more plush. And I am in the process of finding one that'll fit. It's a little bit of an odd size, but I think I can find it and make it look a little bit more plush and choppable in our home. But I did share that it has a little bit of a tear here, but my daughter is going to sew that up and look good as new. I'm excited about this needlepoint pillow. I love these, and I try to grab them up when I see them because they are so beautiful to me. And this one has the perfect colors. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you do like my thrifting estate sale hauls, then stay tuned because I did some more thrifting on that day, but I'm just going to add those to a different video because it would have been way too long. But I found some other good stuff on my thrifting journeys, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So if you like that type of content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Bye bye.